Hey everybody, we're going to go visit Brian from one of our early videos called Johnny Inspired Johnny. Brian contacted us and told us that he had bought a 1025R specifically because he had seen it on our videos, and so we went and visited him and did a project for him. We've actually been out there several times since, and he wanted us to come out there. We're still trying to get grass to grow on all of his property. It just having some trouble getting it all to grow. It's all the topsoil's been removed, I think, and it's just not perfect out there. We've got Vinny on board with the seeder, that aera-vator seeder, and we've got Allie, the Gator, with a new fertilize spreader. So we should be able to spread some fertilizer for him. One thing we've noticed this spring is how much more organized and ready we are than we were last spring. We had just moved last spring. Well, we moved in the winter, and I just had stuff scattered. I didn't know where anything was. We had got a bunch of new equipment. As you know, at that time, we had got the new John Deere equipment. We had also picked up several attachments for all that new equipment, and it was just hard to get everything ready, hard to get organized. This season, we've been much more prepared. Our shed space is in much better condition. I can actually do work there and can just do a better job of getting the attachments ready to go. And I don't know, it just gives me a much more comfortable feeling. I think Christy's the same way. She's at home today. She's editing video. We've had so many projects this week, we can't keep up with them all, but that's okay. That's good stuff. We'll have some videos for you for the long term. Might be a good time to give you a little update on the John Deere equipment. We just signed a renewed lease. It's subsidized again by AHW LLC, which is a John Deere dealer. The closest location's about 20 miles from us. We've been working with AHW for over a year. It's been great. So we're happy to renew with them. Going to have Johnny 5, Johnny 2, and Allie the Gator with us for yet another year. I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm spreading fertilizer now with this Gator and this new fertilizer spreader that I got. This is a John Deere spreader. It's got a lot of flexibility to it. You can change the rate of the spinner automatically right here at this little dash push button control thingy. You can open and close the gate here from these push button controls. That makes it really handy. Controlling the rate is done back on the spreader. That's a manual adjustment. I'm still guessing as to what the rate has to be. He's got 9 bags of fertilize here and 3 acres. That's a really hard estimate to do. I didn't see anything. Well, I didn't find a manual today, I'll be honest. So I didn't see any guidance on how fast to go versus a particular setting on the chute, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Close the gate here. I'm at the end. Open the gate. There we go. I'm trying to go between 4 and 5 miles an hour. I'm afraid I'll dump all the fertilizer out in this one area and I won't have anything left. We'll see how that goes. Good news is I'm in the air-conditioned cab. I'm going to go up and get out of Brian's way. He's doing the seeding with Vinny. I think Brian's getting along pretty good with Vinny. Now he's using Kentucky 31 tall fescue here. Probably not the grass I would use, but it is a good hardy seed, so for a big yard like this, might be a good choice. We slowed this down here so you could actually see the seed coming out of those little holes. As it falls on top of those aera-vator tines, you can see that it kind of gets bounced around and scattered appropriately. The tines kind of shake the soil and oftentimes stir it up just a little bit so the seed gets just a little covering. Now I hope you can see the display there. This is the display that comes with the fertilizer spreader. I have a couple things I can control. I can turn the spinner off and on, and I can hear it. You may not be able to hear it. I can control how fast the spinner is spinning. Now it doesn't tell me in RPMs or anything, but it's in percentage of its ability, right? I've been running it at 100% of its ability. And then the last thing I can do is I can open the gate. So that turns the spreader on, tells it to go, except that we have it in automatic mode, and if we're not moving, it knows it, and it will shut the gate when we're not moving. So now I'll move, and then it'll start spreading. Now you can't tell that from the screen, but take my word for it. It also knows when it's in reverse. So I can shift out of reverse and in reverse. When it's in reverse, the gate will stay closed. So from my standpoint, I can say the gate's open, but it's really not open unless I'm moving. But let's say I'm turning at the end of a row, I will press the close button at that point. If I'm ready to go again, I press the open button. And here we go. And like I say, it detects reverse. Now there's only one feature that would make this better, and that would be some sort of a rate control, right? Where it wouldn't matter how fast I was going, it would distribute the proper rate. The sprayer that I showed last year does have that feature. That's pretty fancy, but it's real expensive. This is a John Deere licensed product. I really don't know the price of it. I'm not even sure the model number on it. I'll have to look that up. We sure do miss Christy's good camera angles, don't we? We'll have to let her know that she's needed. She kind of wanted to come along today, but I talked her out of it. I said this fertilizer part would be interesting, but I think it's going to take Brian a long time to do the seeding. That thing's only 5 feet wide, and well, I'm almost done with the whole yard with the fertilization. He's still on the first 3/4 of an acre, so yeah. Brian had some fill dirt, I guess you can call it dirt, it looks more like gravel to me, brought in to create those mounds out front and to the side. He's going to spread some topsoil out over that eventually, I think, so we're not going to seed it or fertilize it today. Last year when we were here, we dug a hole with Casey. Brian was talking about digging a fairly large pond right out here in this yard. Once we hit water about 2 or 3 feet deep, I realized that our equipment would not be suitable to dig in such wet conditions. Brian still has a drainage issue back behind and to the right of Vinny here. My proposed solution is a drainage tile running over to the county drain, which is over there near those signposts you can see. But I think Brian still has his heart set on a little pond. Maybe not as big as he was talking last year, but at least some sort of a pond. Ah, there you can see the cattails back there where it lays wet. Anyway, I'm finding it fun to see Brian's progress on this yard. Brian might not make the same choices I would make, but it doesn't matter. It's still fun to see the plan come together. Brian, we got some seed, we got some fertilizer down. Hopefully we'll be helping your yard get a little better.
Absolutely, really needed it, and I think we caught it at a good time here.
Yeah, I noticed the moisture level's really high, but yet I think it's a good time. It's going to be cool this week. Yep. So. And
I loved driving Vinny. Enjoyed that.
So I thought you might enjoy it. That's the first time Vinny's been here, right?
It is.
So I think we've had Casey here, we've had Johnny here a time or two.
That's right.
So
I think we've had the Gator here.
Yeah, before. I think we have. You know, I think we need to get you a Vinny.
I'd love to have a Vinny.
I think there might be room in that garage for Johnny and Vinny side by side right in there.
Hey, my car sits out and the tractor sits in now, so.
Your yard's getting better. It's still a
Yeah,
work in progress.
It is, but it really needed this, and I think this will help a lot.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, okay.
We'll do it again in the fall, though. Have you come back out and we'll reseed one more time.
Sounds good. We really do appreciate it,
Yeah,
Brian.
yep.
And we
Love
appreciate
having you here.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.